Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for a crypto highlight video. And remember, if you're interested in any of the services I provide, make sure to check out the links in the description below for both the Patreon and Discord. And if you would like for me to highlight an asset for you, make sure you're in the Discord and type out the asset's name and ticker in the stock crypto highlight room. All right, today we're going to be looking at Chiliz, whatever it's called, CHZ. This was recommended as something I should look into for the highlight series, and wow, I put on this chart again for the first time. I try not to look at the charts before I record, unless it's something that I'm currently in the swing trades, which I'm totally transparent about when I do. But this is the first time I've looked at this chart, and at least in a very, very long time. Wow, this is bullish, guys. Okay, I'm gonna flat out say, just looking at the monthly chart, this is at least right now one of the most bullish, maybe the most bullish crypto charts I've seen since everything, since June. This is extremely bullish. Okay, I can already see. I could. This looks incredible. So, looking at this chart on the monthly, there's not a ton of information, but there's actually a good amount of information here. I can actually see this descending trend line that is extremely bullish, but I'm going to do it on either the weekly or daily. I just want a little bit more information so you can see it a little bit clearer. But on the monthly, take a look at this. I have to put it on the log chart, but we have a bull trend line here. Okay, so from the low here, this low here to this low right here, clearly this is it. All right, we're going to make this red to know it's on the monthly. This trend line is key for crypto, for chills. Okay, it's key. It may not look it like this on the auto chart, but on the log, this is key. All right, so let's go back down to the auto chart and let's go on the weekly. So taking a look at the weekly again, this line doesn't connect to this level, but you know, this is going to hold this consolidation out into the future. So there will come a time, just like what Bitcoin did, where this trend line will play a role, because there will come a time where you will see, as time progresses, very, very far into the future, that this trend line becomes far more expensive, right? So right now it's sitting at, let's see, 2 cents. But in the future, as the years go by, if this asset survives and becomes something, you're looking at 30, 24, eventually dollars, okay? So just keep that in mind. This is a very important trend line going on to the future. I'm not going to take it off. Now, looking at the weekly, I see it. I see the trend line. It might be better on the daily, but I'm going to try to draw it on the weekly. Look at this descending trend line. So from the all-time high currently, oops, messed that up. Draw from the all-time high, this trend line here to here. Look at that. We'll make it black so we know it's off the weekly. That is bullish. Oh, woo. This is bullish. This is super bullish. This rise was massive, and then you had a bullish. This entire price action was bullish. Look at this. This was so bullish the whole way through. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is really good. And honestly, if you were looking to buy into this would be a great time, because you have the breakout. Okay, now you have the breakout. In my book, it still hasn't fully confirmed the breakout. This was the original breakout candle right here, and for me, I like to see the next week, in this case it would be a weekly, but the next weekly candle to close above the high of this candle. Okay, so that's actually not happened yet. All right, but what I am seeing is the process of that happening is happening. We had the beginning of a breakout structure. We came back, traded back on top of this descending trend line we broke, then traded back up. We failed to close above the actual high of this wick, and then we had a bearish week that tapped that level as support, wicked up, and so far this week is looking very good. This is a very bullish chart, guys. I would be looking to potentially take positions here. Again, not financial advice, just what I'm personally thinking right now. This looks very good on the weekly, and we do have an ascending trend line as well here that we can use to measure off of the weekly chart. So off of this low pivot down here, just connect the price action right here. Okay, so this ascending trend line on the weekly time frame gives us a measuring stick of how powerful, how healthy the trend up may be. Currently, we're fighting at this level here, which is right around the high pivot here. So we're eventually going to try and make a move again, like we did here, to take out the liquidity above this level. We do have a fair value gap right here on the weekly time frame that could be the target for now on the weekly. So right here, you may see the CHZ grind up here on the weekly, tap this level, and then come back towards this ascending trend line. Now let's go on the daily and see if there's anything else that I'm looking at here. So daily, very, very interesting. I mean, this drop was obviously during the FTX debacle, yeah. And now you're having price trying to trade back up to it. I mean, this drop was very, very bearish, but it did come in and hold a very bullish area. So it's very impressive so far. It did sweep these lows, so took out the liquidity here. So if it is going to go higher, it did take enough liquidity most likely to get that fuel to break past these highs now. It should be able to break past these highs now. Over here, it couldn't. It couldn't close above them. It did wick above them. But now it should be able to. If it doesn't, that doesn't bode well, and that does bring into risk this ascending trend line on the weekly time frame. So just keep that in mind. You also have this, look at this massive bullish structure down here. Look at this. So you have this structure that you have the you have this wonky left shoulder, you have the head, and then you have the right shoulder here. Okay, I hate how crypto does it. I hate how wonky it looks, but this is as close to a head shoulders that you can get from crypto. And then looking at the this looks so good. Looking at the actual neckline, which is right around this area here. So you're probably looking at a move from the low down here to right around this area here. Probably looking at a move just beyond this weekly fair value gap, which doesn't coincide with anything else. It only coincides with this consolidation right here, the low side here. So you'll have some resistance around this level, which makes sense. I said if you do come up to the weekly level here, fill this gap, you'll start the retracement back down. That makes complete sense. This looks very bullish. I would be looking. I'm bullish on CHZ right now. The only thing that would change my mind is if we do lose this weekly uptrend line, then you have to start looking for significant downside and in a bearish move down back towards, most likely back towards the lows of 15 cents and all the way back down towards 12 to 10 cents. So back towards this consolidation. All right. Anything else I see? Let's see. I mean, we do have some daily fair value gaps, but they overlap with the weekly one, so you can keep the weekly one up. Any other trend lines? I do see this one here. So we do have a trend line right here, I believe. So from this low wick to here, so you have this attaches. Oh yeah, this looks great too. So you're hitting a lot of these low pivots here, 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 and then it broke down, came back and retested it right here. We'll change the color to blue. So this is also going to be an ultimate other level to watch out for. So eventually you'll probably see this level get tested. If we stay bullish, you'll probably see something like this. So price come up, fill out most of this fair value gap, fail back down, hold this level, try again, build out another bullish structure, break up higher, and continuously make higher and higher highs, higher lows, and then have a nice, like real strong trending move higher, and then it would most likely fail off of this trend line and then begin a massive retracement back down. Okay, so this looks great. I would look at this daily uptrend line right here as a correction line. So if price gets up to this level, it will likely correct from there and retrace down heavily from there. But if it continues to hold this weekly uptrend line, this looks very good. And honestly, this looks set to take out the all-time highs at some point. Again, this is not going to happen very quickly, but this looks set to have an actual macro bull run. This doesn't look bearish at all. It really not at all. This is very, very interesting. I'm not that familiar with CHZ. I've seen it around, like I've heard the name. Very interesting. I would be very bullish on this. But your invalidation point, essentially for the short term, your invalidation point would be this level down here. So I mean, if this low gets taken out, you can look for price to probably come all the way back down towards the low end of this consolidation. So back down towards 10 cents essentially. So it's pretty easy to see that. Okay. Again, you can even have a more conservative invalidation, which is the uptrend for the weekly time frame right here, this uptrend line. All right, yeah, that's it for CHZ. I actually think this is bullish. So this has my bullish stamp of approval. It's definitely very, very different from a lot of the other cryptos that we're seeing in the general markets. So keep your eye out for CHZ. There's potentially a lot of good news that's been coming out or is going to come out. It definitely is in its own world right now, for sure. All right, everyone, that's it. That's it for this crypto highlight. Remember, if you have any questions, be in the Discord. Ask me there. It's the easiest way to get in contact with me. Make sure to check out my services. You know, I do a lot of I do a swing trading service for both crypto and stocks. It's been very successful. We're currently still in the free trial for the month of November, so you can you can participate in that service for free right now. It's pretty much free money. We haven't lost a trade this month, and if you're interested in learning how I trade, it's I do tutoring services, and the classes aren't that bad. It's only an hour, sometimes an hour and a half long, and the information I give, it's I think it's pretty easy to understand, and I'm a fairly good teacher. I try to be as patient as I can, so make sure to check that out. The Patreon link with all that information is in the description below. Okay, all right, everyone. Remember, be patient, be vigilant, and be nimble. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.